problem. Oh, as Salona, my woman, then for all over the world, as Salona. For whichever person that watch this video, una welcome for my take. My name is Gina F. Welcome to my take live. I know some of you be like, what's going on? She just came live. Yes, I just came live, and I really had to because because of the because of the event of Oscar last night. That's why I'm live today. Yes, I'm live today because of what happened in the Oscar last night. For those of you who watched the Oscar last night, or even if you do not watch it, the whole news today is about Will Smith slapping Crist. The whole news, anywhere you go in Facebook or Instagram or even if you are not in Facebook or Instagram, everybody is talking about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. That is the whole thing today, is Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. It's just, I just had to come live because really I feel that situation. I feel like that event, that 1 second, was it 5 seconds? It was less than 5 seconds because he literally just walked to the stage. Will Smith literally just walked to the stage, slapped Chris, and walked back and sat. Then started saying, continue shouting and expressing his anger and saying, I won't let you insult my wife, or whatever he was saying, because I was watching the show live, but you could not hear what he was saying because literally I was watching on ABC, and ABC had to like cut that part so that we were not hearing what Will Smith was actually saying after the slap, or when he sat down. But you could see him speaking and talking, and you could see the range continues even after the slap. So I'm coming in today because generally I don't do like analysis of events that happens like this, like in Oscars. So though I watch all of them because really I am a fan of Oscar. Like, I love watching these kinds of show because they they appreciate, is something that appreciates hard work. I love anything that appreciates hard work, and all these awards and events like that are really good to watch because they really appreciate it is a time when people's hard work are being celebrated, and I love to celebrate positive things, so I really love that. But I have to weigh on this issue, and the reason I'm weighing on this issue is because of some comments that I've been seeing on Facebook and or Instagram. Some people appreciating, some people saying that Will Smith did the right thing, he was protecting his woman. So this is my take. I want to share my take on this issue. First of all, violence has never solved a problem, nor will it ever solve a problem. Anytime you try to prove a point by using violence, you fail as soon as your action goes through. So the moment Will Smith slapped Chris, he had failed of whatever intention he had. Whether was it to protect his wife, or was it to set a tone for people who like to make joke on others, or whether was it to send a message of that comedians should know their limit on what is funny and what is not funny, or whether was it to stand there and tell the wife that I am behind you. Whatever was the reason that took him from his chair to that stage, and then him doing the slapping action, then he slapped Chris. Whatever was the reason was void and null the moment his hand reaches Chris's face. I don't care what people say, I don't care what he thinks or what he explained afterward. There is no way you should slap somebody for no reason. I don't care what the reason was. I literally don't care. I know that Chris Rock did something that was really, really shameful on his part. You cannot insult somebody on an illness. When somebody is sick and you making joke out of it, it really shows how small you are in your mind and how uninformed you are and how unknowledgeable you are for you to take somebody's illness to insult them. So to me, as I was watching when Chris made that joke, I didn't find it funny, but I was surprised that Will Smith was laughing and clapping at the joke until he saw his wife wasn't happy. Then he suddenly changed. This is my take. Chris did something very, very wrong. In fact, I don't even know. I don't even know what made him to go to that joke. But whatever the reason he went to that joke, I know by now he's regretting that his line like crazy. But the thing is, he's not regretting that line the way he's supposed to, because Will Smith's action of slapping him has taken away that guilt of his joke to be now making him as if he is a little bit hero, if you get what I'm saying. Because now there are some people who do not even know that what Chris did was wrong, or who is not even seeing that. All they are seeing is Will's action. And why? Because there is no way you can justify violence. Violence cannot be justified. So once you react to somebody using violence, you make that person already a winner, because your reaction dilutes. It makes your problem insignificant because nobody will see what really happened. That is why we say words is better than action. You need to express yourself by doing or saying the things as you feel without necessarily slapping on somebody. You can express your anger in many different ways without you necessarily slapping on somebody. That is my point. That is what I'm trying to make it. And I want to emphasize on these people who say that he was protecting his wife. Please, if you are a brother out there listening to me right now, never you think or try to protect your loved one in that manner. You are not protecting them. What you are doing is sending yourself to jail. Because if you think that slapping on somebody is showing or is your way to express your love to your loved one, or is a way for you to protect your loved one, you are wrong. What Chris did was totally wrong and deserved to be shown that he was wrong, yes, but not by slapping him. There is many other ways, for crying out loud, that we would have gone through this. If una tisa the line, una put una comment for comment, I want to hear your opinion. There's many other ways to go about showing your anger, to show that you are not happy with somebody's behavior versus slapping that person. If I was Will, first of all, when he made that statement, I will not be smiling. I will have the frownest face he has ever seen. After my face, I will hold my wife and give her a kiss. Kiss my wife and then say to him that she is pretty with or without hair. In fact, she is prettier without the hair. And she carries herself elegancy that is not that, I mean, like, her beauty has not disappeared. Jada is still the pretty woman we know, and she will remain the pretty woman we know. or no hair is not what identified Jada. Jada is identified by her character, by her role, by her being a mom, and many other things for Chris to just use her hair against her. Because that shows how stupid Chris is. How sometimes some people will let their work overshadow their rational thinking. That's what happened. So my take on this, why I came this life, is especially for those people who say that he did well, that Will did well slapping Chris because he was standing for his wife. That's why I made this life. He did not do well. Will Smith made the biggest mistake he could ever imagine yesterday in that Oscar, climbing that stage and slapping Chris. Oscar is one of the events that everybody watched. He just went to the public and showed the whole world how uncontrollable he is as a man. He just showed the whole world that his emotions get the better part of him. And that is not good. If you cannot control your emotion, then I don't know what you are talking about love. What you're talking about being a vessel of peace. Because when he won the Oscar, his entire speech was about love, about being a vessel of peace. What kind of peace are you showing to people, or are you wanting people to understand exist when you cannot control your emotion, when you don't see that slapping somebody is wrong? That for me is where my problem is. You cannot be saying that you have seen your purpose of life of being a peacemaker and a protector, somebody that is a vessel to transform peace, and then you slap somebody. That doesn't add up. That doesn't add up. It is why yesterday, if you guys are following me on my take, I put a text there. I said, love and peace are emotional component of a person's life. You cannot be saying you love somebody and you cannot. You want love to reign. You want peace to reign in the world. And you're taking your hand and slapping an adult. Why? There are many ways to make people know you are not happy with your ways. You are not happy with your words. You are not happy. There are many ways to express your feeling differently than using violence. And to you all men there, I hope that you guys are not seeing what Will Smith did yesterday and think that it is okay. If you see my way near disrespect my woman, I will go slap her. No dare you. No. That was not protection of his wife. I don't know how to call what he did yesterday. Because what he did could instead take his family from where they are down the drain. I know this America. His action yesterday has made him lose that respect we have for him. Personally, I was shocked. I was drained because Will Smith is one of those people that I admire and respect him for all the things he's been doing. That action did not increase his popularity at all. It makes me doubt him so much. I mean, even his speech, I was literally sitting on my chair and was like, please make and get out of here. Because he came up the stage and he's talking and he's crying. I'm like, are you crying because of you are just realizing that you messed up big time? Going on top of the stage and slapping somebody? Or are you crying because of what? Because that crying did not make sense for me. The only thing he made sense for me in all the speech he made, it was when he said Denzel told him that when the goodest part of your life is when the devil comes. You know how they say, when good things want to happen, the devil comes to steal it away from you. That was the only goodest speech, the goodest part in his speech he made. Though his entire speech was a very good speech, had he not slapped Chris, his speech was a perfect speech for the night. But he spoiled that speech because of the action he did momentarily before climbing to that stage. You cannot be a vessel of peace and you feel that the best way to solve a problem, the best way to show your frustration, the best way to show your anger, the best way to show your ego that you are still a man is to slap another man. That is totally nonsense. And you cannot say you're protecting your wife by slapping another man. That is totally nonsense. I know Jack could not in the public show her frustration, but I'm sure she was frustrated. I am sure she was frustrated. I am sure she was confused. But of course, as women, we have to stand there by our man. But that behavior was totally uncalled for, unneeded, unwanted, because it took away all the beautiful events that happened that night. It took away all the beautiful things, the people that was the history making of the evening. For the first time, I was happy to have 3 ladies to host the Oscar. For the first time, I had so many people. There was a black costume designer that was nominated for the first time. There was a Latino lady. I mean, there were so many first time, so many proud moments of the night that, because Will Smith cannot control his emotion, have gone down. Nobody is talking about those beautiful events, but everybody is talking about Will Smith's action. That, to me, was the wrongest move of the night. The wrongest move he has ever made in his career. We should not be condoning violence. I don't care who or when or what or to who they said it. Violence should not and cannot and will never be the solution to a problem. If Will Smith that night, that yesterday, when that guy made that joke, when Chris made that stupid joke of his, I call it stupid joke because it makes no sense. I don't even know what is wrong with some comedians. But that being said, if Will Smith would have just hold his wife's hand when Chris made that stupid joke and held her, look at her in the face, kiss her and say, baby, I love you, with or without the hair. Let me tell you, that would have given Will Smith a buzz today. Today we would have talking about Will Smith, but in a different light, in a light that shows his humanity, in a light that shows his love, in a light that shows he wants peace, in a light that shows he's protecting and his wife control over himself, in a light that shows that he loves his wife, not the light we are talking about today. And if Will Smith would have kissed his wife and hold his wife just there and ignore that stupid Chris that night, today the whole social media would have been buzzing and talking back to Chris. The whole social media, the whole world would have been fighting Will Smith's fight today. We all would have been saying what Chris did was very wrong. But here we are today. Instead of people saying what Chris did is very wrong, we are here today analyzing the situation of Will Smith's slap. Please, my brothers and my sisters, I hope that what we take out from this Oscar last night, it is that violence cannot be a solution to a problem. It has never been, it will not be, not even will it be in the future. The best way to solve a problem is you choose your route. You either ignore the fool who is making jokes because they are stupid, ignore him and focus on your presence. If Will was focusing on his presence, he will know that that night was his most important night of his career. It was the night he won his first Oscar. All his attention would have been on celebrating and ingesting and digesting that moment that was about to happen to his life and making sure that his wife is not disturbed by that stupid joke, and their night would have been perfect. He would have climbed up on that stage and made that his speech, and that speech would have been the speech of the night, and the rest of the year would have been Will Smith's year. But that his slap spoiled it, to my take. To my opinion, that slap was a mess, was like a blow to my face. And I believe it was also a blow to the face of his wife and many other of his followers. So please, people, this is just my take. Violence is not the way to go. Silence sometimes speaks volume than words. And your action towards something, your reaction towards something, speak volumes. So don't use violence to show your reaction, because you lose all the time. And that is what is happening in this scenario.